So let's discuss your social media plan briefly here. I want to give you some highlights to pay attention to. And as I'm giving you feedback on your social media plans, these are some of the highlights that a lot of students forget, or they forget to include in your post, or they just aren't thinking about when you're crafting your social media post. Now, again, your social media plan is not a marketing assignment. It's really just a summary of your story and what you would post to promote that story across the social media platforms that we discuss in the course. So number one, of course, be sure that you're looking at that you've taken a look at the sample assignments that some students have done in the past. Take a look at that to give you an idea of what the format should look like. It's very basic. If you follow the format, you'll be more successful. It's easier for me to read, and it just gives me an idea, a snapshot of what you would do to promote this story. Number one is your intro. Give me a brief intro of your story. It helps me call back to what your story was. I'm looking at several stories, so it helps me kind of make that connection. Give me a really small exam or just summary, just a sentence about who you believe your target audience is. This doesn't have to be detailed. It could be, this is a story on sex trafficking, so maybe she wants to target parents or specific age group or specific demographic. It doesn't have to be detailed. Just give me an idea of who you believe this story is best suited to reach, or who you want to reach with your story. And then she didn't do this in here, but be sure that you include your link in your social media plan. I'm not sure I really mentioned that, but it is helpful to me just to have it all right there. So just drop your link in there. So here's my link, and it allows me to take a look at that right as I'm looking at your plan. And then she's got this broken down by the different platforms as we discussed. First of all, her Facebook post. She's got a nice strong image here. I probably would have made this just a little bit smaller. This is just a formatting thing. This fine. This works here. It looks great. It's like nice strong image. But be sure that your images aren't information heavy. You don't want a high res image that's going to be hard to insert into your document. Just give me something small that, or I mean, the size isn't what I'm talking about specifically, but the file can be large. So make sure your file, image file, or whatever you're loading here isn't huge, that it's small enough that it can be inserted into your document without any problems uploading it or inserting it. So insert your image there, and then include your post, what you would write. Now, I want to cover the post, and I don't have to go through all of these. I'm giving you feedback on your specific blogs, but let me just read this post to you. This is her Facebook post, and this is a story about sex trafficking and how you can get involved. She says, even those who would consider themselves unqualified can make a difference in fighting the sex trafficking industry. Meet Blythe, the founder of a movement called December, and see how you can join the fight to bring freedom and restoration to women and children all over the world. And then she includes the little shortened link here to her blog post, or hopefully it's to her blog post. Now, I want to point out, and I've given you this feedback on your post, something to keep in mind. And this is not just something, but a key thing to keep in mind when you're writing your post. Now, this is a writing class, remember. I'm looking that you can craft a successful blog post that successfully promotes your story or your what you want readers or followers to do. So she wants people to get involved. She has a call to action, but she encourages them by giving them something to hold on to. She says those who consider themselves unqualified can make a difference. Now, how many of us feel unqualified, especially on an issue like this? It's such a big issue, but she boils it down like you can do something about this, and then she gives you an action point. Meet her; she's done this, and you can join the fight. And this gives it easy for followers to have a hook into getting involved. She captures their attention, she engages their sensibilities, and then she moves right into what her story is about and how you can get involved. So a lot of times I'll see students say, read about so and so here. That really hasn't given me enough to entice me. I don't care about this person. Why should I care? Grab my heart first. Engage me with the things that are going to want me to be interested and get me to click into the story or get me to interact with your story. When I talk about engagement on social media plans, this is really, really important, and students miss this a lot. It isn't enough for you just to inform your readers. This is part of it, but you want to engage on social media. So engaging on social media is so key to your success. This is how social media operates. The more people who engage with your post, who comment on it, who like it, who share it, the more people in your circle and in your sphere will be able to see it. This is how their algorithms work. So it's so important for you to get people to engage with your post rather than just informing them of information. So it's not enough to say, hey, check out my blog post on such and such. Give me a reason to want to read this story. Give me a reason to engage with this and to share this and to, hey, and this is how things go viral. Like, this was so funny, or this was so moving, or this was so engaging that I wanted to interact with it, and I wanted to share it with my friends, or I wanted to like it, I wanted to comment on it. So these are the things that you want to pay attention to as you're doing your blog posts, and that's true across the board: Facebook, Twitter, even Instagram, as you'll see. Um, Engage your followers, write posts that engage them, make it emotionally engaging, make it enticing to read into it, and give them a hook into the story that makes them want to continue on. Of course, you want to include important hashtags on your strong visuals that capture attention and the like. And as we'll see down here, you can see how, if you take a look at these samples, you can see how she was engaging with her posts. And it wasn't just informing them, it was also engaging them and getting them a handle on how to get involved in such an important topic like that. So it gives them an avenue to take action rather than just saying, this is information that you want to know. So those are the points that I want you to consider as you do your social media plans and blogs down the road for your next assignment. Be paying attention to these key things. Format, again, is important. Follow the basic outline that I've given you. Put those images in. Try not to make them too big as far as file information goes. And again, as I always say, if you have any questions or concerns about something, shoot me an email.